Hey yo, this is Dash, and I'm back out in the garage, and hopefully by now you may have watched Making the Smoker Mine Part 3, I guess it probably will be, where I I put together this little charcoal basket to put inside of the firebox on the kick-ass smoker. And more or less I use this as a proof of concept. I used it as a proof of concept to say that I could take a basket of charcoal, put it inside the smoker, and use it to create and hold the temperatures for a much longer period of time than per se using wood. So what I did was I welded. I took like I said, I took that little concept and I ran with it. I got some expanded steel. I got a this is 13 gauge 1/2-inch hole, if that makes sense to you. And I put together a new firebox. So here's some pictures of the new firebox as I was welding it together. Yeah, so I started welding that together last night, probably at about 11:30 is when I got into my garage and started working on it. I worked on it until 4 a.m. and right at 4 a.m. I decided to fill it up, and here's a picture of it full. The basket, the new charcoal basket, can easily hold a 20-pound bag of charcoal with zero issue. And it held a 20-pound bag of charcoal, and then there was still room left for more charcoal to be put into the basket. Let me get a welding glove. Handy dandy. Alright, so what I was able to do was fill the charcoal basket up with fuel, with charcoal, right? Now this charcoal, it is going on about 8, it's right at about 8 o'clock. And I started it, and I started this wide open. I kind of just let it go because I was so tired. I just went inside and went to sleep. And I saw the temperatures climb on the little probes that I have. It climbed well over 300 degrees. And if I weren't so tired, I would have come back outside and throttled the dampers back. Okay, but I didn't, and I took a lesson from Kirk, where more or less he only shows you once everything is done. So right now the charcoal basket, I'm gonna pull it out slightly, and one of the things I did when I was welding this together is I put some tabs at the top of the basket. There's a picture of some tabs at the top of the basket. I welded those on, and what that is going to allow me to do is to slide the basket out without having to take the whole thing out, and I can rest it here just like this and add more charcoal and or wood when I need to. So there, it's all the way extended. All right. Now the dimensions on the firebox are 9 inches wide, it's 24 inches deep or long, and then it's 12 inches from here to here, 12 inches deep. All right, and it easily held the probably 22, 23, actually maybe even 25 pounds of charcoal with no problem. One of the last things I wanted to do, but I just didn't feel like it at the time, was weld the little handle probably about here, okay, to here, so that I can kind of grab it a little easier as opposed to having to reach in and grab from the top. But nonetheless, it seems to be working just fine. Also, I can, so Kirk made a riser inside of the firebox for wood, and it's serving me just fine. The charcoal basket I made right on top of that, and allowing for plenty airflow around this whole, you know, the whole deal. So it's working out rather well. Obviously I spilled some charcoal ash on the floor there. Not a big deal, I can sweep that up later. Tapping the box, pretty much the basket rather, to move it around, and it sits, I mean, it goes in a pretty decent ways. And one of the only things I won't say I'm gonna have to worry about, but I have to kind of figure, because of the handle, because of the way the latch is, I have to figure out how much room I actually have left in the box to put the handle. So that's where I'm at right now, and I'll worry about that later. For right now, honestly, reaching in with the welding glove, I'm gonna have to use a welding glove anyway, but reaching in with the glove is not an issue to get the box, the basket out from the charcoal box. Now, the only, I won't say issue, but the only thing that I have yet to necessarily figure out is how I'm gonna place the wood in when I'm not just trying to use the basket for heat. So what I'll most likely end up just doing is laying a piece of wood right pretty much on top of the basket, and going from there. My temperatures have dropped down a little bit because of the fact that I just opened it up and added some more water into the bottom of the water pan, just because some of the water that was in there was evaporating. So I wanted to make sure I filled that back up. But this is more or less a trial just to see exactly how long this is going to burn for. Probably going to get some more charcoal, and I might cook on it today. Most likely I will let this burn out and I'll just cook on it later. I have some orders I need to fill for tomorrow, Friday. So with that being said, I think that's it for right now, and I think I am done more or less with making modifications to the smoker. At this point, I'm still just trying to get used to how it works, learn how it reacts to the dampers, especially with the charcoal basket, because the whole basket is lit, as you can see, and it's probably down to the quarter mark. Okay, so it was, was full, it was all the way up to here, and then it slowly burned down, and right now the level where it's at is probably about here. So there's probably about 2 or 3 inches of lit charcoal briquettes in there. When I start cooking on it, I'll probably use a mixture of briquettes and lump, just to help with different flavor profiles and alternate heat. The lump burns a little hotter and faster, but the briquettes have a very even heat. So I think that's it. This is Dash. I'll talk to you guys next time.